So you might be trying to figure out what the differences are between a Fitbit Sense 2 and the Google Pixel Watch 3. Now, you've came to the right place. And the first thing I will definitely tell you is that in almost every single way, the Google Pixel Watch 3 is a way better watch than the Fitbit Sense 2. I think there's one or two areas where I probably would think the Fitbit Sense 2 is better, but I think for the everyday app, for the everyday device, for a watch to wear, I think the Google Pixel Watch 3 is a better one. So we'll talk about that throughout this whole entire video. If you want to pick up either one of these though, links will be down in the description. You can get that from there for the cheapest prices I find, and you can help support the channel at the exact same time. Now, starting off with the outside of both, the thing between both, right, is the Fitbit Sense 2 basically comes out in one particular size. So it's this 40.5 millimeter size on this particular device, which is pretty nice. It looks good. It's kind of like a mixture between an Apple Watch and a Google Pixel Watch. Like, it's not completely squared off, but it looks pretty good. And I think the display itself is actually pretty decent. It's an AMOLED display, and it's not really that bad of a display. The Pixel Watch 3, on the other hand, comes out in either a 41mm size or a 45mm size. So you have two different options there. If you want a smaller or bigger watch, you have that type of, customizing. Now, with the Google Pixel Watch 3, this one, has fairly small bezels around it. It is a custom AMOLED LTPO display, and it gives you up to 2000 nits of brightness. The Gorilla Glass is also Gorilla Glass 5 versus Gorilla Glass 3 on the Fitbit Sense 2. So this in and of itself is a very big difference. Way better display on the Pixel Watch 3 than on the Fitbit Sense 2. Now for the rest of the bodies, fairly similar type of experience for the most part, not really anything super crazy. Funny enough though, I will say, I like the ability of changing my bands on the Fitbit. I feel like that is a little bit of a better experience than I've experienced on both the Pixel Watch and on the Samsung Galaxy Watch. I feel like the Fitbits should be the replica of what they should end up doing for the Google Pixel Watch and for the Galaxy Watch as well. Just my personal opinion. Now beyond that, when you're looking at both these watches, pretty much, they're both watches, they both tell the time and things like that. You're mostly probably focused on the internals. But before we get there, a price tag standpoint. The Fitbit Sense 2 costs $250 brand new. The Pixel Watch 3 starts at $350, but it does go up to $400 if you get the 45mm size, so the bigger model. So about a $100 to $150 difference from the price tag standpoint. But in my opinion, it might be worth it to jump up to it. But even at that point, it might be worth it to buy a used last or 2 generation old Google Pixel Watch just because the feature set. What do I mean by that? The problem here that I have with the Fitbits is that there just aren't too many features going on within this particular watch. You can track your workouts, you have different exercise modes you can, check up on, you can check your notifications on this type of watch, you can track your steps and calorie count and all those things, but the Google Pixel Watch is more of a fully fledged out smartwatch than the Fitbit. Now with the Google Pixel Watch, you have a lot more exercising type of, features and, fitness features than the Pixel Watch. Things like daily run recommendations, advanced run form tracking, cardio load, morning briefs, run workout builder. You have your heart zone training, pace training. You have your heart rate on exercise equipment. That's a feature that's added. So there's a couple of things that are added here and there on the Pixel Watch that are better just from a fitness standpoint, but also when it comes down to just the features in general. The Fitbit has a problem where you cannot really download any applications on that type of watch. So you cannot download like a Spotify application on that watch. Like you can't really download anything on that watch. So there's a couple of pre-built ones like Google Maps that you can download from the Fitbit app, but there's not really any advantages, for the Fitbit from that standpoint, just because there's not really that many amount of features for that type of watch when it comes down to it. So that is a little bit of a disadvantage. If you're going to go through and pick up a Fitbit, you're going to be missing out on those features. However, the Fitbit does have one feature that the Pixel Watch doesn't have. So one, it actually can connect to iPhones. So with the Fitbit, you can actually connect that to your iPhone and basically be able to use your iPhone with your Fitbit. So that is something that not a lot of devices have the capability of doing. And when it comes down to these ones, the Pixel Watch, there's no way to connect those two. But with the Fitbit, you have the capability of connecting it. So that is in and of itself a really, really important thing to keep in mind here. On top of that, when you're looking at both these as well, at least with the Fitbit, another advantage for this watch is the battery life. Fitbit's battery lives, they tend to last for a very long amount of time. It's rated for like 6 days of battery life. One, because there's just not that much stuff you can do with it. But that in and of itself is another very, very big thing. With the Pixel Watch 3, that one gives you about 24 hours with the always on display on, or 36 hours with battery saver mode on. Still, with 3 of those watches, you're not coming close to the Fitbit Sense 2. So that is a really big advantage for the Fitbits. So for those of you who think that the Fitbits are a waste of money, I don't think they're a waste of money at all. because they have the ability of connecting to iPhones and they're giving you better battery life, way better battery life at that. But even with that being said, I still think a Google Pixel Watch makes a lot more sense. I think this thing is just a better watch. It has more features inside, and it would just be more of an, it seems like it's worth more of the money than the Fitbit. If the Fitbit was like $100 maybe, then that's a good deal, but it almost feels like it's like a play watch. Like, it doesn't even feel like it's a real watch in my personal opinion. And that is the problem, because with the Pixel Watch, it can almost do everything the Fitbit can do, minus the, iPhone connection. You can really do everything you can do on a Fitbit on a Pixel Watch, but you can't really do everything from a Pixel Watch on the Fitbit. And it's just a way better watch at that as well. So keep that in mind, but that's kind of how I see these particular watches kind of holding up. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.